Welcome back to the Half-Ton Homestead. I'll give you all a quick rundown of how I have my deer lease van set up. My camper slash Vanlife van set up with my generator. As you can see, I'm running a Honda 2200 and I've got the Burge extended run gas tank with the Burges fitting on top here, fuel cap, Burge systems. With this system, it'll probably run about 6 days on air conditioned. Well, make it 4 days. It's inside this box here. I fully enclosed it to keep people from borrowing it. I've got an intake fan over here, which is just a computer fan to blow air inside the unit. And then I cut a hole over there for the exhaust. I drill the hole there for the power to come in. Now I built covers for the intake and the exhaust, but you can also use a dryer exhaust flap over here. Just put screen on the inside and take out the flap so the air will go in constantly. And then you can use the large exhaust fan flap for this one and take the flap out and put screen over it. The Honda does have a fan internally to blow the exhaust out, so it doesn't choke itself out in here. I also went through and cut the safety feature on the Honda here to where when it does set off the CO alarm, it will not kill the generator because it is in this box, and if the wind blows a certain direction, it will put exhaust gases in there and it may suck some through this fan and it shuts it down. I have that 2x6 back there to keep the generator from wiggling back and forth. 2x4 up here to keep the Burge from moving all over the place, and then there's a little spot in the center for whatever you want to keep in there. In this case, an extension cord. So when you load it all up, you can check it out. On top here, I do have a cheap old Harbor Freight receiver hitch carrier. Cut some tube steel inside here to fit the gap, and then bolted it together and bolted it on here. And I did have to pound the top up right here in order for the gas cap to go up and back when you lean the generator in and pull it out to keep it from damaging the tank. I did have to change the tank on one of my generators before because the gas cap kept hitting the top and causing the threads to get loose, and it would not suck out of the reserve tank. So we load this up, we'll get back. Alright, we're going to start by putting the generator in first. We have to tilt it back and then lean it forward. This is probably the most difficult part because it is heavy. So, make sure I push it over and push it back against that 2x6 in the back. And then I use some wood in the front here just to keep it from going back and forth. Next I'll put the Burge's tank in. So this 2x4 here is dual purpose. It keeps the Burge tank from wiggling back and forth this way, and it keeps the generator from going back and forth this way. 2x6 in the back keeps the generator from going this way. And these just adds additional rigidity. And I feed my cords through, plug them in, and I got started. It's right there, exhaust out. We're good to go. Plug in fuel. And we're in business. So, loading all the stuff up is not how I lost my thumb. Once I get 100 subscribers, I'll give you some clues on how I did lose my thumb. But obviously it wasn't doing this. That's how I run my van when I'm off grid. Half thumb out.